Hypnosis is one of the most fascinating topics in the study of consciousness, and at times the most controversial. This tricky topic will outline different theories and research on this mysterious state of mind. Hypnosis is tricky to define since not everybody agrees on its characteristics. However, most would agree that it's a state of consciousness with extreme self-focus and minimal attention to external stimuli. Under some circumstances, hypnosis increases suggestibility and sometimes suspension of critical thinking. Usually some sort of method is used to induce a hypnotic state, which typically involves fixating the eyes on a single object or area and having the person relax. It's important to make a distinction between different types of hypnosis. Stage hypnosis is the entertainment side of this business. But is this real hypnosis? Is the volunteer showing focused attention, suggestibility, lack of voluntary control, and suspension of critical thinking? If so, is this a special state of consciousness induced by the hypnotist? Or is the apparently hypnotized person just playing along so as not to disappoint the large audience expecting to see a good show? Keep in mind that subjects of the stage hypnotist are audience volunteers who might be more obedient and compliant compared to the majority of people sitting in their seats. What they see is the hypnotist inducing a trance-like state and the volunteers obeying any command. As a quick search of YouTube will show you, stage hypnotists command volunteers to engage in all sorts of silly acts, such as dancing with an imaginary partner or barking like a dog. This ability to control others would make hypnotists incredibly powerful in the real world, sort of like a superhero wizard. So it seems unlikely that anyone is really that powerful. Stage hypnosis should not be confused with hypnotherapy, which uses hypnosis to achieve therapeutic changes in thoughts, feelings, and behavior. This emerged prominently in medicine during Victorian times, when it was used to treat a variety of disorders. In fact, Freud used it to tap into the unconscious mind. Modern applications of hypnosis include treating pain during childbirth, dental procedures, and surgery. Furthermore, there has been some promise in the use of hypnosis for quitting smoking and reducing nausea associated with many cancer therapies, as well as anxiety. Hypnosis clearly has potentially powerful effects on behavior, but how? There are two broad perspectives on hypnosis. One explanation, suggested by Ernst Hilgard, is that hypnosis is a special state where there's a dissociation of the conscious mind from events happening during hypnosis. Hilgard described this as the hidden observer effect, after he demonstrated that one aspect of a person's mind can remain aware of stimulation from the outside, such as the hypnotist's voice, while other parts of the mind are cut off from external input. To demonstrate this, Hilgard hypnotized a man and told him he was deaf. While in the hypnotic state, the man did not respond to sudden, loud noises nearby, which most of us instinctively do. Next, Hilgard told the man to raise a finger if he could hear him, and the man immediately obeyed. An alternative view, supported by Martin Orne and Nicholas Spanos, is that hypnotized people behave as they are expected according to the social context and expectations, so they essentially play a role under hypnosis. Martin Orne's research revealed that most participants in psychological experiments are incredibly obedient and would do tedious tasks such as completing endless pages of math problems and then ripping them up, or even downright dangerous ones, such as picking up a snake they believe is poisonous. So this perspective suggests that obedience under hypnosis is not a special phenomenon and does not require a special state. Needless to say, both sides of this debate argue with each other. What they can both agree on, however, is that hypnosis has powerful effects on thought, emotion, and behavior. So you might wonder, what's happening in the hypnotized brain? One common approach to studying the brain during different states of consciousness is to use neuroimaging, such as fMRI. In one experiment, researchers used a Stroop task to examine how the brain responds to hypnotic suggestion. The Stroop looks at the delay in reaction time with conflicting information by measuring the difference in how long it takes to name the color of text when the meaning of the word matches compared to when it doesn't match. It sounds confusing, but is easily illustrated with an example. As fast as you can, name the color of the text for these 3 words. Ready? Now name the color of the text for these 3 words. Ready? The second set of words is more difficult because we automatically read the word instead of focusing on the color of the print, so it usually takes people longer. Before the task, the researchers hypnotized people and introduced a post-hypnotic suggestion. When they hear a certain voice, the words in the Stroop task are gibberish and completely incomprehensible, and on other trials they'll see actual words. In fact, none of the words were gibberish, but they found that easily hypnotizable participants did not show a Stroop effect when they thought they were viewing gibberish words, while the less hypnotizable participants still showed the slowing of reaction time for the difficult condition. Hypnotizable people showed faster color naming even when the words and color were mismatched. Furthermore, they showed less activity in the areas of the brain that deal with conflicting information. Since the Stroop task is performance-based, it's hard to fake it, which argues against the role-playing hypothesis. The fact that brain imaging showed reduced activity in certain areas suggests that hypnotizable people are actually dissociating two brain processes, providing some support for the special state hypothesis. Another study by Derbyshire and colleagues at the University of Birmingham looked at the effect of hypnosis on pain perception, which is known to be strongly influenced by psychological factors. They recruited highly hypnotizable people and had them rate their pain on the hand in one of three conditions: real physical pain by touching the hand with a hot metal probe, imagined pain, and pain induced by hypnosis. Mind you, it was not induced by a wizard, but one of the researchers. They measured two responses: self-rating of pain and brain activity. What they found was that the self-reported pain ratings were highest for real physical pain, followed by hypnotic pain, while those who imagined pain did not report any real pain at all. Also, the pattern of brain activity was almost identical for real and hypnotic pain compared to imagined pain. So what can we take from this? In summary, it's clear that hypnosis has powerful effects. There is some evidence for the special state hypothesis, but in studies of cognition with the Stroop task as well as pain perception, brain imaging shows that the brains of hypnotizable people sometimes respond differently in terms of the Stroop task, or similarly in terms of pain compared to controls. So the effect of hypnosis is far from straightforward. One final word of caution: these studies described all used participants who were easily hypnotized, and therefore these findings might not apply to everyone. Although there's no clear consensus on how hypnosis works, for some people at least, it can influence thought and behavior in potentially therapeutic ways.